94.7 Asempa FM. All talk all day. Ekosiisen Suni. Meaning you say bonso. 4 minutes after 5. Ewa Asempa FM. Make us say Chairman Alote Jacobs at Nase Ewo Studio ha. The Honorable Kojo Edu Asare, former MP, Ewo Adenta constituency. And the or director in charge of special duties for the NDC, or a former staffer at the presidency. And also a former CEO, Emma. Yes. It was a big man. Or a big man. But sounds like Chairman Kojo Buatana Jaman. Constituency Chairman ma MPP or New Joabin North in Koforidia. On yeah.
Always winning for his constituency. The three Kojos. We are here.
In the Kojo Formians and Wednesday for the Kojos. Chairman Alote apom to them.
Yankubu Nadum,
Bibia Rekoya.
Was Sadio. When Yankubu Impades in Unimida, Anunin and Casada, Nesu Bisanaza, Oyemo, Wama Munkwa, Wama Munkwa, Inya, and Shiana in Kennedy.
Yada Yamia.
And Jawago Boom, there was a
on the
Go, Jefopo.
What they and I'm the prior air proud.
When Cape Coast. If you know those people there, at least you just pass by and see.
Why no walk to grab a market?
When you go to grab a market.
Video, the video was share was Empire page. Video na me say.
Oh, don't be bothered, bro.
Why NDC far?
Why NDC for?
Oh, okay, Tony.
Oh, he pulled my do. Oh, yeah, that's what I mean. See, I'm not serious about these people. I'm not serious about them.
And now, I'll bet my video now. I can't watch
my chief for now. So, what's about the Dutch Germany chief for Snapson?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm missing bosom. I've told you here. The repercussion is what I'm thinking about for them. Because there are some people you don't curse. Yes.
In the broom, now what's a broom now? Then what's
a broom or a premechi?
FNDC man.
No. Or premechi FNDC. Yeah.
NDC Famobia the prior the promenade.
One Wagamon and Monase. One Wagamon and Monase. As that was a way. But I'm not bothered that was it.
Oba Asempa Pace is say live streaming. Obe who video I can watch me. NDC my Cape Coast. But pede mu baby kura na wojina warrior the man.
Oh, it is in between the castle and then the Atamas.
Oh, library no.
Library now.
Oh, okay. Me who them area. Yeah, me who them area no.
Atamas in the library now. What's that committee went to Mwenwe. Telcos for almost guy into me.
So it tells the world how big and strong you are.
Oh,
so for
you
the
know
party,
when I strike back, it will be very disastrous. What they are doing. Look,
okay.
I mean those behind them.
Okay.
Today will be back there. My year budget of 150,000.
Yeah, I think I heard something like that.
For meat pie. No, Mr. Want to be President Muhammad mission and the budget na year money. No 1.5 billion money. Wafan Julius Zebra. The money grab Oscar were up to today. I don't know amount of money that was given to the regional minister.
So
it was the regional minister who was giving the money and who disbursed the money.
That's 2016.
Yeah,
2016 campaign launch.
Campaign launch will Cape Coast.
Listen, I have one for Kokuri Kitegi.
Yeah.
You need to call him and ask him. The second was that Misha say money was the show in him.
No, but the money didn't come to you, but the budget was from you.
No, the budget was from a committee. I decided not to go through even the budget, knowing the shadows who were playing ball games behind the scene. I decided not to touch it.
And in that budget, na line item be a nyima or your meat pie.
Oh, there's nothing I may say. Mr. Julius Debra, oh no, he went through the perused through the
budget. No,
that amount of money was there. That budgeting.
But also 150,000 Ghana cedis for meat pie. 30,000 pieces.
If 1.5 billion, one sikahin na one made the one fanya them
project. No.
I mean, when small boys come on board,
1.5 billion Ghana cedis.
Ghana cedis.
Are you talking about the old Ghana cedis and the new
Old Ghana cedis.
The old
which is
1.5 million.
1.5 billion.
That is
Old cedis. It is here 150,000 cedis, Ghana cedis.
And we a meat pie.
Maybe one of their leaders.
I'm asking you a question. So Tobo,
Saying.
budget Nagasa Muye, and how much was the budget?
Ye nim budget. So what we know is
meat pie,
yes, na line item be wo mo a meat pie.
And
One-
open our money,
Yeah, 150,000 Ghana cedis.
No, me say, whether they paid that money and whether that money was given to the then regional minister, Kweku Rekisegi. I don't even sign their check. I don't collect
As
any
regional
money on
chairman.
behalf of the party. But the budget committee was chaired by my vice chairman. My concern was how to mobilize people
To the stadium.
to the stadium, because the stadium can take 16,000. The excess will be 18,000.
18,000.
So, ma'am, that was me hear my calculation. Let me say, no, there was the need for me just to encircle Abras Ebuku Amangasi
Yeah,
Fatima,
yeah.
Chufu Iman, Cape Coast North, Cape Coast South. Nah,
And get
so-
people to the stadium.
yeah, to the stadium. And one side of it in the Ayer, brass band, masquerades, where they draw a lot of people
there.
to a converging point. And that's precisely what I did. And speaking to the branch constituency executives.
But who was given the responsibility to organize the entire program? Onyawa as
No,
regional
as chairman.
Okay.
So I decided that we should have committees.
Half committees. Okay. And there was a budget committee.
Committees, you know, so we were different group of committees within the party.
Okay.
And the women's wing, one for one budget in bra, youth wing, one for one budget in bra, communication committee, one for one budget in bra, organization committee, one for one budget in bra. Nina no submitted to the regional vice.
The regional vice chairman.
The
Okay.
regional vice chairman so
On the committee. Okay.
No Fankama regional minister.
Regional minister.
So I was there when the regional minister called me there. We are being wanted at the Flagstaff, the Flagstaff house. So I had to go with him. 3 hours. Yetrawa if him work in there, Mr. Julius Zabaka in the president of Central Africa.
Okay.
And so we'll meet him. Minim airport in there was a small building or a presidential
Lounge.
But no on your VIP.
Okay.
And see that's where we met the president. In the course of discussion, the late vice president then also came in. And see you concluded with there was a China by Abejis. And I'm going back to Cape Coast tonight. And see you agree there. Every money should be given to the regional minister.
The regional minister.
The regional minister should disburse the money based on the recommendation coming from the budget committee chairman.
And you are confirming that there was no line item for meat pie in that budget.
There was no line
item like that.
And see,
For the regional youth organizer to sit on live radio and make those claims now.
It's one of those games. I don't know what his team brought to the budget committee because need to correct him there. He was then the deputy youth organizer.
Okay.
But I quite remember the organizer happened to be one. Me if more something proud. Now on meetings. Until Nala, that youth organizer, the current youth organizer.
Yeah.
On
at the time, no.
Until who brought that meat pie thing? And then the master now organize agenda 2024 now. Or two meat pie and two articulators, no other Cape Coast.
No. Oh no, the master you wanna.
Ebe, the master you was one of. On our agenda 2024, ample for 2024. On us it is get a degree or shall no go to come. Mr. When you need PhD name Puya, one year was a budget chirkelly.
Honorable Kojo Asari Akwa na pom to say.
Asari na no kekari.
Yeah, I won't sit here. And
if I were to be a do Asari, that's the same thing.
I won't sit here and listen to you denigrate your chairman the way you are doing. With all due respect to you, I think say Obia BBC or BBK. What I say, but one thing I've learned to do as a young, I mean, you're young, sir, over 50, I mean, you're young. Me ho na efe.
That's true.
Me ho na efe. Oh, every day, mate. Every day. Oh, there be any day, mate.
Obi anka.
Me bo me age grandma for gym.
But I'm even shocked at so bro 50 there. That's
me bro cry. I'm a long time. I just don't want to.
Okay.
Oh. I don't want to be retired. My budget, you may be you know, I know and I understand, sir. Alote has been bruised. I mean, whatever happened. But like I said, as a young politician, personally, one thing I learned, and I think it has paid off for me. So in same year, sometimes there's that urge to want to say a lot. But I believe, sir, that is the best time if
to
you
keep
can,
quiet.
To be silent. That is my, and I've tried it. Me kai time at Brazil issue by maybe me be no 1 quarter. Wo niema me ankasa me di mani hu ye ne me esisi ye. Me be no quarter say. And her head would have broken loose. It doesn't matter. And now I'm here. You understand? You just mentioned the other one.
Congress.
You know, then you put in so much. You understand? But just when you could have done everything to make people, because from as I say, people will advise you, say all kinds of things. But I kept quiet. And yes, I miss Ruby, and as I miss Ferry Ruby, and I mean but on hindsight, who say, I think I took the right decisions. And I earned the trust of a number of people. GD say, maybe so say, ubetimia. I mean, Casa Obianya, I mean,
on a simple
media. Calm down. Because if you do pempen so be, Crawford crying about sorry, Akasa Mount. I wouldn't hobby. And that would be the best time because that time, you know, now Obia can eguso. You have that me person me body. There was this one head of a government institution, one of the friends under Ministry of
Energy,
Transport.
Okay.
Me person me body na because almost agencies in the back. Omo chief executive na ye ba ban mu no na amanfo we onye NDC ni onye sa na ma no de tutugum bebre. And this man minimu no ye oye adwuma wo Ministry of Transport no ye director ewo sa particular sector na ye be ye no chief executive of that, and it was he who created Professor Mills pedigree and then your waso and the creative agency
on Asempa FM.
So from the ministry was several answer Prof share ni school our call and our bo and or they be critics and he was the head. Then Yeba President Mahama era. I buy ya. I say, oh, wait. MPP ni. Then. One time, the minister of that sector, I'm a member of one of the entity
tender board.
Because And before the meeting started, there was this discussion on this man. Onihobio. And I know this man, sorry. And I've never known him to be NPP. Never. From the ministry's days. Or a Juma, to say, that's it. Meanwhile, the NPP at that place. I minister, Papa.
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
Be a catch also your NPP ni ampa the chop. Manum betro proof. Unfa proof, Embra. I know this man. I know him too well. Never. Till you won't answer. I'll be taking decision on him. What take the man stayed. NPP before buying on weapon. So he wasn't there. Yakatonoso. Somebody who knew him stood in for him.
Yeah.
And I believe, sir, that principle, it works a lot. To say BBC, now ya be crowd womb to say there. Sometimes I better say. Because
obey your cool.
Yes. Because when we are, best say so. Then you
But based on that principle, do you then believe, sir, Alote is also being denigrated in the party?
There are two ways to social media.
No, meba.
Social media.
Okay.
Control new. There's no control there. It's in your core. Why not be in your control? Me them could have phone or data. Facebook ain't stop me.
Asempa
I can
FM.
write anything there and get away with it. As to whether it is
Ekosiisen
sanctioned
on Asempa
by somebody
FM.
is another matter.
Yeah, another matter.
That's what I say.
Yes.
But to the best of my knowledge, as a member of FEC, Mijidi say, Alote was given a fair hearing. Senka, Ombra, no Mishia,
Disciplinary
committee. And I think he did.
He did once.
Yes. And I think there was something that they came up with. And we all say, again, first timer, a big fish of a fisherman. Educated fisherman. A big fish like him. Enya issues. And we always make the Kofi Adams story. Recently, the General Secretary was mentioning the other General Secretary also.
Yeah.
Josiah
Aye.
Omuinanya issues, and they subjected themselves to the rudiments of the party's disciplinary procedures. And now I can say, Kofi Adams, after having served whatever, or appeal,
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
and
Or a member of parliament.
before then,
Or be a deputy
Obey a
general
deputy-
secretary.
No, that time not a deputy general
Yeah.
secretary, onya issue. But
Obey
later, a
organizer.
national organizer.
Yeah.
And then from there today, he is
A member of
member
parliament.
of parliament for Boeing. Iti sabi, Bible mukra ewo ho say onyankopon dowa and also.
And also
So sometimes some of these things they are social. So uja na elinga, it becomes a blot on your reputation. Until me, same way me edidi mi pa. Maybe I would have taken a different. Ebia me pushy. Ama bibia ye dia to me so. Wrong no. Even chachu chikata. You didn't you're convicted no koda prison. Baye. Who said, look, I said, I'm going to me so makoda prison.
Okay.
Abano. So I said, we, and Yasema, you did nipa. And
you call back to the court.
went back to the court. And you all know the result today. Me, in my own opinion,
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
Silence is golden.
rather than to. Also,
Okay.
That would be
My chairman Boateng Akwaba.
that would be my
Initial point, yes.
Then there are two sides to silence is
Yes.
golden.
Yes.
Silence is golden. Silence means consent.
In the sometimes you have to pick one. Mamema Chairman Kojo Boateng Akwaba na ansana no 17 minutes ago Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa just posted on his Facebook page. I say concluded a fruitful and frank meeting with Right Honorable Speaker Alban S.K. Bagben a while ago. I am enormously grateful to him for accepting my resignation from the Appointment Committee of Parliament. May the good Lord show us mercy and guide our steps in the journey ahead. In the end, you know, Speaker of Parliament, Okudzeto Ablakwa addressing the resignation letter no. Speaker Aje the resignation no atum in the NA onye member of the Appointment Committee of Parliament. Remember, sir, he is the ranking member on the Foreign Affairs Committee. In the Appointment Committee, then the I resign at the free. So what that means is a new person would have to be appointed in his stead. Now, leadership. Also, where they are there. Foreign Affairs. Oh, that's how the issue be amount. Or issue appointment committee.
If you are not happy with the leadership, the leadership of the appointment.
Or say a personal and based on principle.
I know the public opinion. On there no be NKB. Oh, the idea no be
no.
Intimate me come here. Now, what more you come what kasa bebre me kan here na. I me twa to.
Honorable Rosary, Manenkasa. Why?
Na asema me nke bi kura ho yira odeda. Na no say e be yi na ye de. Me chantropia e obi na
di chairman na dey kwa me ma akwa ete sen
me no me ho ye
constituency boko
nya media che o dia anything I am Wednesday moderator you because obi sia yes na ya kofa the same Wednesday am one me transfer me one me moderator we maybe I start free
yes
we say ene better sir. But so a student lawyer. Until we don't want controversial me to hold no okay be creating no this yeah that's the job. But ni na mu no obi a friend is saying mecha we tie fo nyina na minua allote issue at least aba to dey be a beba say o dey say there any other political party be na see. But it's a lesson to all of us. Say yen so no ye ko ye nimu. We must have some control. Okay, so the two allote Kojo do as Rebecca Sabi or the far tattoo far he could see him na silence mean consent. Where was the leadership at the time? Na omu denigrate papa e wo fie ha no saying say the comments and in the social comments ye ninje ho. At that time no mu refi adwuma na wayama party nana.
Yeah.
Obi, is that how you reward? You reward your leader, somebody who has served the party.
Yes.
Sana be reward no. Why rewarding in the sense what me yinadi? Your former regional chairman. Obi said me aye bibia kayase yan tibida. Oh, well, reveal some secrecy be to the party. Say niema. Social media comments. Edian pa na lote kan ya etia party na enunti no at that time we decided somebody suspended. I have no problem. I am with disciplinary measures na mo di ato. And now way you know a group of a party a leadership a youth leader to do what the neye nyina ye witness e wo social media. And our guidance on kan anuntum na silence means consent. If silence means consent no my bisa obi be not just say meat pie no we din na say meat pie 150 no allotator ya na say 1 to. And the question is that meat pie can form only 2% of the budget. And somebody be running in the whole regional campaign. Meat pie no pay. It is he pen pa na NDC. President John Mahama spending was central region in 2016. If the meat pie is 2% of the budget, budget no meat pie no kwa ya 150,000.
No, but meat pie no say non-existent. There was nothing like that.
A
figment of anybody's imagination.
But I know chairman neka. Was on the budget no kwa well. But my point is that you for organizer now no akofa betumu no. And I mean me dey can say alote ye din dia na just say assume say and one man opportunity ametna ha. And one man can say budget no kwa well. It wasn't something exist. What you say? And uncle ye din and not trying to fear. Obi minu mienu better now can social media. Now we are social media champions. Kuku ade no de akoto ho. And I know who they see han. Better now han no more. I can say and the budget we are see aye din transitions ni nyama nyina no. Ora John Mahama kan ho bi. Ye fa ade na apɛ and obi de koto na Instagram. Or so let's discuss it.
Omo wana.
And then they say they wa unentia. Can someone the best trip. My point is that a lot of you need what can't do advice now there, baby are the free body made them into a secret. And he's revealing say I the obesity. I don't know national chairman. On for youth organizer and country say idea we are no. It's against the principle of the party. Yenye bi danto no sombe suspend no. Alote de mutumi post. Me say alote de mutumi post. Yakobo bi dua yakofo dan cham kosua de yakobo dua de mutumi post. Na NDC na do wie a ontumi kan chane say ade na ye no enye ethical ayi for the party. Enye never show discipline. So you are believing in discipline in the party. Wo ya de yawo onim say enye ode. Eye dian ya in the leadership of a party.
Okay.
Obi. Say sebi yenyi ayekọ enum nyina ye we will reach our retirement age. But you don't retire. Ewo bra ye be disgrace you, ye be denigrate you. Ama won hu say esuma obesum ye no. Wa mesum sompa. I don't think you'll be happy with it. I don't think so. And alote so for some reason minimum 98. When I know him and your friend is say Onikweku Anidoho. When the house to house started, unim say when Professor Mills.
That's 2008.
2008, yes. When Professor Mills started house to house.
Yes.
These are the two gentlemen. And we started house to house. Central region. They intentionally did that because Ohana Professor Mills is free. I'm not going to start this idea with you. What is that Professor Mills? No can be. And then when you're to me, so to me, the Biaka or John Mahama or Dan or Pastor near body didn't show a vice president. When on one told so there is a several attempts for him. So Omeye running mate, Omeye candidate in a or reject it. It be so who said time I now so no be a running mate no. A Jumahi value ahi and no idea in 2008 or the baby is our vice president. You know. Now sometimes ne ebia yes man. This is why you have to go back and remember, and the leadership are two. And now kita 3 positions in the NDC. Oti one year to 2 more money show wenum. And they out there because of your agenda 2024. And then President Mahama or your founder, because the founder of the party is the only live former president or what NDC or your candidate or your leader. Or be so kita 3 positions. And now you take room or be no bet me challenging from NDC. Why? Cabinet Joshua Alabi. Can hold me one. So what could the campaign manager who you also be challenging and our principal? Into one day he's finished. Oh, to me challenging the builder. It President Mahama must get up and act. Nehemiah Kosi of Parliament in say an interest that you should be careful. We need power to destroy your parliament because of your interest, and as will be a parliament where this or potential to challenge you. Into no just any obia be in the TBI be chat on this story no be that.
And on Parliament, yes, sir. Ode about that's the next leg. Now, me person me voice be na fe. Me on Parliament. On Parliament.
Voice ni be yanko.
Enti me kind. Me kind Sami Okuje to Black Facebook post no. Abdul Malik Kwekubako comes through with this one and he's asking a simple question, sir. Could the speaker have refused or rejected his resignation? That's a question from Abdul Malik Kwekubako. We say Obi, I see Honorable Okujeto's resignation as honestly selfish, hypocritical and a populist approach to make Sami Jemfi and Asedun Ketia happy, which is pathetic. Gasti man, ewo brekum. Gasti man, in Brekum. And ono the way abraying. Let me see if there are other ones here. Obi Tizi Ahmed from Italy. Please remind Kwejo Duasari that Chekata had a default judgment because the government of the day, which was the NDC then by the AG, failed to appear before the court. Hence, Chekata got a default judgment. Thank you, really. Tizi Ahmed. I don't even get it. Mentiasi, I honestly don't understand.
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
I don't really understand, but we'll come back to these issues. Ekosiisen Suni. On the happenings in Parliament, the big story today, and it's Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa has resigned from the appointment committee in Parliament. And Newakoshia Speaker, I'm a Speaker, Aje, ne resignation letter no atum. But earlier, the media spoke to the deputy ranking member on the finance committee in Ghana's parliament, the approval of Ken Ofori-Atta, because I don't know, recent issues are able parliament, a day abba. Isaac Adongo in some Wakaini.
I did not want to be seen as endorsing somebody that I believe is a scam on Ghana. Ken Ofori-Atta epitomizes all that is wrong with our financial and the economic sector of Ghana. And I'm the last person to endorse such a move. And that is why I wanted the records to show that I'm absent. So I did not even go there to sign. If there's anybody who will put his life on the line to get Ken Ofori-Atta not to be a minister for finance, you can wake me up any day. But it's a collective decision. I disagree with the decision, but I respect the view of the majority. I feel very disappointed with that comment. You cut your losses.
Ekosiisen on
He's
Asempa
messed us up
FM.
to this point in time. And there are very credible people within the MPP who can take the most difficult task of turning our country around. As I speak today, I am telling you that one of his schemes is to collapse at quarter with a bond, a zero coupon bond. Is that how you carry your cross? If you ask me, you cut your losses and begin the difficult process of rebuilding with 4 years ahead. And we have 4 years of rebuilding that we have lost. But nevertheless, we must do our work.
No, Trevor, that's why you decided to abstain.
The consensus was reached at committee.
Okay.
I was not at committee to have the full facts with which they made a decision to go consensus. But having had consensus, you cannot be agitating on the floor. And so it didn't make sense whether I was there or not. But at least symbolically, that if there was nobody who was peeved, I was peeved. And I wasn't ready to be there. And I want to assure the people of Ghana that my being quiet in the last couple of days over the approval of this man was precisely because I had chosen my battle. It had nothing to do with me being compromised or anybody having spoken to me. In fact, they dare not, because they wouldn't.
Have you reached out to your leadership as to why they decided to agree by consensus on this?
I don't have to. A decision has been taken. We need to move on.
Isaac Adongo, a deputy ranking member on the finance committee in Ghana's parliament. In Tionono, when the approval was happening, in fact, Ekosiisen was plenary, because at the committee level, the committee never consensus approval. About plenary, Speaker Emma Neko down to a voice vote. And he drew honor with free parliament. So symbolically, he didn't want to be there. In the honor one, Tenasakra and vote yes or no. And Ofri said, say ope obia and was say or resist any attempt to make Ken Ofori-Atta a minister of state in Ghana. Nyanina na jude assume obedi say jumano edi amount. Obi Haruna Idrisu and co should blame themselves for this turn of event. While they shared wooden benches to their constituent, Sam Okudzeto Ablakwa, on the other hand, was working tirelessly to transform his constituency, i.e., sharing laptops to teachers and students, street lights, sewing machines, dryers, wheelchairs, to the physically challenged, etc. Something that is directly beneficial and very impactful in their daily activities. For this and many others, he thinks of himself equally worthy and fit for the leadership position. Hashtag pray for Haruna. Samuel Brian Boabeng. Alhaji Naziru, a spokesperson, Ma Zongo Kokos of the ND. So I say, good afternoon, Obi. Kindly tell Mr. Alote Jacobs, I said, he no go kill us. Oh, uncle, regards, Nazero, and on the way. This one says, Obi, Honorable Okudzeto is trying to please his party members, and I think it's a very dangerous path he is treading. Nana Amponsa Bediako. PK is in a Lembele in the Western region. I want to say, hi Obi, it's good Honorable Samuel Okudzeto Black House resigned from the appointment committee. When things are not good, the vandal will resign to let the truth stand. Wow. Ain't onone dia or de aba Obi. This is a revival of old tricks discovered in the ancient books. A populist resignation, I will call it. It is a deliberate attempt by Honorable Okudzeto to incite the grassroots against the minority leadership in parliament. You've been involved even in the most controversial cases of approval of the president's nominees, only to take a U-turn when it came to deputy ministers. My regards to Chairman Kojo Boateng-Agyemang. Guy G is in Newark, in New Jersey. Message is not endorsed, but let's come back to the studio. Now, Afi, Yensha Siening Komo. Chairman, Afi, what's your voice, no?
Obi.
Now, and all other issues I see in Parliament.
Especially about the friends who could to now they're not making sense. I say Argentina on resigning the position as a ranking member of IDA
on foreign affairs. So how the issue
because your rebellion against the leadership now to honor. He's the leader of the minority. It is everywhere you cross him. Everywhere you cross him. Where it's just a populist agenda. They just want to take their leadership off.
Now, sir, on propaganda or resign as a sign of rebellion.
That propaganda now, we the free Vanda and this our student politics. No, we are past there. This is a house.
But when I know you betray me, so me a Vanda.
I said we be a propaganda. No tiase. Otiase. Say, all the populist. My man resigning. Looks the minority leader bad. Huh? Now, I'm met now on who say. Our committee ni biso. Is it confirming to the world they say they were compromised? He must cite his reason. Committee are what so. The chief revealing at the friend is a CV.
Yeah.
Since time I'll call Parliament.
I know they are dear pa, and I think the attention to detail is.
I did I'm making. And now bar will say we are resigning. Tell me, is it personal to you? And then you must resign from the house. On resigning, even parliamentary nuclear, our principle to show to the world, say, by the virtue of the leadership of the NDC, practice and their direction, we and your speakers. All Pakrongas of Parliament were jai NDC foot soldiers. Often Humbo Sami Jemfi, they will be the best for the NDC. Because they think it's NDC agenda in Parliament. That's why I'm disappointed. You think it's an NDC agenda in Parliament? Or is it a master control, master stroke, or President Mahama Khan? And no one will say, yeah. And now President Mahama have agenda against the leadership. And no today, a DM pa na obi. A nipper take committee in this FM. Huh? You want to tell me, say, Sebi. One more dear, Nimdia, the Omu Nibi. Now you are the best out of the bunch. Or cutting our honor committee, so not Timubi. Not Timubi. A dear question will be say.
Finance Minister Bayer.
How could you turn him?
Yeah, who has a finance minister? Bo, my question Ben Obusa.
Question Ben Obusa. Come to me to be a cabemide. Show your ability, your intellectual capacity that you are ruling. Say, Sabi, a man for Edward Hope show mu from Ketu. So no.
North
Tone.
Yes.
The people that you represent them. This is the issue. I don't go there, I don't go for betting. I can do Beckambia. Also, I know there. Also, I know that they cry one parliament, one register crime young who say Wabahon. Oh, one issue, any problem? I have no problem. Until a dear pan or Kujato, a who ya, and Nutino so I resign. Me, party men come. If there's a party agenda, that is fine. But I'm speaking from the perspective of a national agenda. And the parliament is the house backed by the constitution to do the work for the nation. And in this if Ghana, we have a population of about 30 million. And if to Obama bear 6 million, we have no problem. But Yakano, 22 million, I said 24 million. The agenda is that they must work to make Ghana better.
Asempa FM.
And your master agenda be I say we have to please our masters. And it is too much. And now what you are witnessing in Parliament today, Obi, what do you for anything? Me, the reason why I'm a co-speaker, because I see speaker must be independent, and I respect that office. In everything, I might disagree with some of his decisions, but if those decisions are fair, why? We cannot challenge it. Every other decision is fair, but we might decide to say the a been in Yaji. Now, what about Parliament? Or leadership? Ora Haruna, Butaka, and all those people were on the committee. At the end of the day, a Niema Omutina Krum Hakaye about Ora Kenuforatano. I know that's so Madayo. And no wonder, Obi, go back last week before I ever Bahanomana, where interview Sami Broja. Broja Jemfi. Broja Jemfi. Huh? Na Otia. Now, so we are saying with me. Who from justice? So we are saying with me. Now, Mrs. So be the night. So,
Asempa FM.
so be, who share their contribution, and then some of the NDC for so sarcasm and annoy because we are patcho. But on your leadership, you will be entered the behind me catch on. Who also be saying a question no? And I say Obi.
I say a genuine apology.
Genuine apology. And this is for class someone to my non communicators in them. And no muke can the question now be saying. And then I think I make it on some file tape nimra. No muntie. This is a rare evidence. So when the leadership realize say propaganda ya ye wo kromu nyina etia Kenuforatan eye kontompo. Me a day before that, make it say he's a star. They can't do anything because for what he inherit, Obi, the inherited here with an NDC government. And they said the idea so con near saying, but in all no, they have given your friend saying, Oma vow, they vow say they will make the economy better. And that was their direction. Into ometna committees na ye bisa question nyina. E dey no bisa papa na want to me anka. Na yakọ na approve we a o se o metikwa pae because the general secretary the communique aba say ye ba be review the committee. Into no open leadership na opa onka. I'm telling you. So Haruna position no pe. Enti no ye de oye na onka na Haruna pa no pa on fama no. Rather than say obey on who diabata so say oni omo na ekọ. Me, I have my own view. Me appointment committee, there be me can say Senka members of parliament let me another motion to change the style, the composition of appointment committee. Kebe boy. What you say? Instead of me view and say instead of say you better one committee. There be no mo kwaneti hono. Say finance committee, finance minister na eba. Ya finance committee. Ohona don't go near to force no mo for say omo ye expert nto mo obibi kan. No maka. Say what you say? Yeah. Judicial committee ya. Na ye the attorney general. Near the ko. So one of my party lawyers. And yes sir. Interior committee ya. Na mo do ko. Omo wi anom do recommendation aba. Nanka sa kiki ya ye Kenya ye blame na leadership no Obi by this time e ka sa noise no kebe ko form because for me you don't expect Muntaka say ebia wo some missioner o de man na ye den okuja to de kra me personality unim de me personality because you are a member of the committee again partner now person obisa na want to be obisa no what will protester when yes by consensus approval now can be you can dissent I don't know announce me enti what is over can be try so no there or you then or dissenting from the idea bibi ensu kan I don't how you should be right or hana but what na ho am ya wi I don't go the obeki kan ye nyina I don't go what was your question
on put this only committee
obetumi trauma leaders
okay
there's nothing wrong with that. Ubetumi trauma leaders who now also ye expert in the economics field. Ubeki kan the obeki kan nyina no. ɛdeɛn na wohu yɛ a wantwerɛ ama Haruna wantwerɛ ama Mutaka ɛmbisa na ka wobɛtɔ ka sɛ deɛ mede ma me leaders no they didn't ask that question. That incompetence and all those things ɛmmoa yɛn because sɛ wofo sɛ parliament na ɛte hɔ nom no ɛnɛ wanya 50-50 nti no asɛm a wokaa ne sɛ me ma ban no ɛho ntɔ no wɔ ne bibia mu a Obi, you are not fair to Ghanaians and Ghana for 10 years. NDC is not ready to help the nation. It is only their political agenda power. Kwaya ebe first you benya tumi nkoa. Tumi a yebenya ye dibesi synchrofor. Tumi a yebe mismanage the economy. Tumi a yem put hope and aspiration in Ghanaians no. And no any dream. Yenya tumi sikani ebe dibi a yenibi.
Okay.
How are they bringing the business people? How are they encourage the economy? What do you compare? It tells you say, that a yipen a woman into the idea about what anti parliament I got na honum na and ne you be a biano. Either say, oh, I don't know until they are not able to communicate to their foot soldiers. And no the best at the elections are almost bound to track contempo can foot soldiers say a winning. And then the food soldiers demanding pink sheet. The same thing. Contempo muchaba kenoforata. Hey, why you say we digana sikana or the bond and I Japan yam pass the crown. I'm so why now the Bejana Bushia for. And this one Kroma during the election time. And then I will do one of this whole question now. And Japan is a water parliament. Unim say the bill did not pass. But what they capture the whole world. Iti nipa ne to one obi dey na obebisa no.
Okay.
Na wa man answer because professionalism a place ultimate twa kontopo bebre ho because the world is watching you. Propaganda no mu be ye e bi na ato omo ne enti na akoye foot soldier fight. Oh any na me resign na party ni medi machi socialist movement. So boy
Chairman, emre nti mama no so na nti unu
anu. Obi.
Aye.
Media,
okay.
Omo betra parliament. Aye juma as a professional legislatures. Amo mine huatoma. What they have done nothing wrong.
Okay. Mamenase. Honorable Kojo Mintie alote miria na maba ho. We say good evening, Obi. The resignation of Honorable Okudzeto Ablakwa is a good move. We salute him for making the grassroots happy once again. I'm really finding it difficult to understand the logic in the argument of the NPP man in your studio. Because in the resignation letter, he failed to state a reason. So why is he trying so hard to assign one for him? For some of us, we welcome his move, courage, and posterity will judge him right someday. Regards to Honorable Swagger, Dallas Ampoma Williams, a regional communications officer for the NDC in the Eastern region. Obi, choosing to stay away from the proceedings relative to Ken Ofori-Atta's approval, as articulated by Adongo, is surprising to me. He had the option to stay in the House and articulate his position and opposition to the recommendation of the appointment committee for the nominee to be approved by consensus. Recommendation for approval by consensus does not eliminate debate and expression of divergent views on the recommendation. There are many examples of consensual recommendations being subjected to debate. Adongo did no justice to his conscience and conviction. He lost an opportunity for Hansard to capture his real position and opposition for the benefit of posterity. As a student of parliamentary history, practices, procedures, and precedent, his views are unconvincing and unsustainable. For instance, would Adongo's stated reasons for staying away be captured in the Hansard? Certainly no. Abdul Malik Kwekubako. Greetings, Obi. While some ministers were taking double salaries, this minister in contest by his interview never took salaries, per diems and all that. I salute you, Ken, and congrats on your deserving approval. Greetings to Honorable Ebenezer Nina Nate of Ablekoma Central. Fieron is in Mataheko and on the way about. Tell Chairman Kojo Boateng he is not wiser than Okudzeto Ablakwa. He should respect others' opinion. Who is more populist than President Akufo-Addo, who took all the funds for free water and power and later asked Ghanaians to pay? Lucas is in Koforidua Edie Eni Obi. I think Honorable Eduasari quoted wrongly, and I stand to be corrected by and then commentated, when under trial, let no one say I am being tried by God, for with evil things God cannot be tried, nor does he himself try anyone, but each one is tried by being drawn out and enticed by his own desire. James 1:13 to 14. We say it is from a good listener. And maybe the point I'll make is that in social media and yankopon na so wahwe and oka say
Bible cry a womb say
nyame dɔwa no so
nyame
hwe
dɔwa and wait even as fathers,
yes,
there are times you want the best out of your children, and because of that enye bibia de and seemingly nice things
and
including Sabah Kushejimana.
okay mate ma chairman alote
they say anu to the Sabah Kusheji
Obama ni gari
without fish
yeah we gari in the man and forget that
chairman alote ma min tell the happenings in parliament
ma min tinka minchi a wete funya
Asempa FM.
awu Pentecost that me pede me bi so asebi na Ekosiisen has been a presidential staffer.
yes
Chairman
Boateng
has been in high places.
You don't want me to tell you what he does.
He's an entrepreneur.
Tell you said presidential staffer. If there was anything bigger than that, give it to him.
I like that. Enyima. Me pede me bi so assembly there. Anoye no kwa there. Jehovah Witness for want to national anthem.
yeah, that's true, fact,
One salute to flag
fact,
and then coat of arms.
fact.
Now so they are appointed as chief executive officers in government
Agencies?
corporations and agencies.
Really?
Yes.
You know one.
Yeah, Okwakwa.
Yeah, kwa nzo no wana.
Managing the CEO for airport company, Ghana Airport Company.
Mo wo si si ana.
Moko bubu GL Properties.
One dan no.
You know. Na impana ngazan say on salute to flag. Na as CEO, you are supposed to have Ghana flag in your office. As in,
Coat of arms no.
you know. He writes on the coat of arms. Amba woman Jubilee diary.
Yeah, them diary no.
Na no conscience ka den
So what an appointment letter man.
imported them and how can he salute the president if there's the flag because a commander in chief and the flag is in nature or then no salute. Now he is there obubu.
Na in him for a fact that Jehovah nya.
No Jehovah my no research me under Jehovah nya. Jodo ogo hwe ne bag no hwe ne motuom no ogugo ogo efie. Instead of demolishing people's houses. Maganda me we are anymore. In fact, this hang parliament is bringing into the fore the game, the actual game of politics. And people don't want to believe it. Miss there where maturity in a governance system is what can lead a nation to a successful end. Maturity, leadership plus quality can lead a nation to success. Look, you can't stop the train. You cannot command the wind because what has been settled has been settled. And everything that has been settled are done by human beings. I can tell you on fact, the president is in absolute control even of the legislature.
His Excellency the President,
The president.
the head of the executive,
Yes.
is in control of the legislative assembly.
Assembly, and is having a cooperation from the legislative assembly. There are two things. Hardball is being played behind the scene. which kids or new parliamentarians cannot fathom. Hardball. Yeah, we are not. Look, anyway, it's good for students of politics to critically study what is happening in parliament. For the minority, it is like a pendulum. It flows to the left. The next thing, it comes to the right. So you watch. Because what is happening in any attempt to undermine the current leadership in the of the minority in parliament, the chaos that will come already where your votes are. The Northern region was giving the NDC votes, apart from being NDC being the traditional base in Volta region.
Yeah.
As for Votarians, for whatever you will do, they will go for NDC. But then the Northern Caucus, especially the Dagombes, have played a major role in the NDC's forward march. Yeah, don't underrate Haruna Idrisu. The same thing, don't underrate
Muntaka Mubarak.
No.
Speaker of Parliament. Or Okujeto Ablakwa.
Okujeto Ablakwa.
Okay.
So far as the Northern Caucus within Parliament speak one same language, which unites them,
Asempa
in
FM.
spite of their ethnic groupings.
Differences.
Religion also binds them. Nti ebeye bibi na kekede, okay, we will see how best from recess, we will see how to change. It's a very dangerous game. A statement that shouldn't have been made by Asidun Ketia.
So they should not touch the leadership. They should not change them.
Maza, well, I have been with them once. Sometimes I respect some of them a lot. Muntaka, Okujeto Ablakwa, though I have my differences with him, as well as Haruna Idrisu. Haruna Idrisu is a captain. He's a commander. And that's why he draw all the minority to take a certain decision. But you see, there is something also that beats my imagination. Adibi wa oh yeah. Obit ma dream kakra.
Obit wa adwen kakra.
Ane wanya dem.
Na anya
Ah, koju dem nti na mpe wasem. Keno Furiata, I mean minimum no. There be a man some in there. I like his demeanor. Very soft spoken. Since in my discourse, I asked this question: who is Ken Oforiatta? I'm telling you. So do you want to tell me Ken Oforiatta or your shipper or to break ice? We are now being told that Ken Oforiatta painting blacker. The next time you see him white. Ken Oforiatta a set trap mana. No, I jump over the trap. Because of all what has been said about him. Nah, one party in rank and file, one chair minority there, hey, as Osimezimo approving. He comes to parliament ahead of 2 days. In the annals of our fourth Republican Constitution and then democracy. No go was it by consensus. There is something about him. I'm telling you. We need to carefully study. See, look. Say, Wotum wa proven. No wa proven. No president has sworn in. You can't accuse MPP of corruption.
So why? President sworn in any
down. What I'm saying.
Okay.
The main point of my argument in there, of all that has been said against Ken Oforiatta, the very people who accuse him, PDS, Ejapa, Osimesi, Owie Nzoben, Boko, was in one and one saying, ya, Wamomado, consensus. Ya approve. Can you have that audacity to come and sit on air and accuse the MPP of corruption? That is what I'm asking. Nah, you have fun just like that. No, it shouldn't be just like that. We should be asking questions. And in the course of asking questions, you know, Okuja to see why then why resign. As to whether he's appeasing the full soldiers or he wants to, I don't think Okujato will even clamor to take leadership.
Why? Sir, party decide on him. Why shouldn't he?
He will be crucified. I don't think so. I don't think. Maybe like he says, principle by his conscience.
So you think party in the position of Maname Monje?
No, or their party in the position Manane and the MPC. On go just at it, and then MPC no were elected leadership.
Who elect?
That's the issue.
It is the MPs who elect.
Look, the MPs
But
can flout.
no,
that they can flout the order of the party, national party executives, and will elect the whole leader of their choice.
You think so?
Yes.
Hey, the 3-line whip, no, you know.
Sure.
Recommendations and the party will approve.
Okay. They also they will send recommendations. Not party.
So you can't ignore.
Yeah.
You can't ignore. Yeah.
Semper FM.
You look at Haruna Idrisu. While he has climbed the political ladder to where he is now. They should take care. They should be extra careful.
How about those who argue there? From everything that has happened, no, they've lost. The leadership has lost control over the minority. So it's better to change them in their own interest for a new team to take over.
If some fanatics within the party will go against the leadership of the minority in parliament, party also follow.
A Semper FM.
Oh, then is it a party for the mobs? No. At least you won't be info. Until there's a paying with ya. Oye. Na Nina unko win. Look at this game. Intase. Keno Foriata is approved. I said it becomes a member of parliamentary service.
The parliamentary service board.
Is it you scratch my back, I scratch your back?
Is that how you see it?
No. It's a question. I mean, in the course of approval and a general secretary of a party, the biggest opposition party comes into parliamentary service board. Wow. Anyway, you're going to NTB that, but this is the first time. And it will not be the first time. Maybe the people will take a cue out of it. In the next parliament again, you will have another general secretary becoming a member of a parliament. But Charlie, give me a hard ball. Get you. And you never golf grab a woman with him. Golf.
Yes.
Woman with him. On your friend hard ball. Because room na why na ya is kafo na there amount for open usu. What ba mo pim wo meti nze. And this is what is going on in parliament. And see, what is it? Hang parliament or in Samaba. But you see, the underlying factor in the president Bibi Ojebian, he gets it.
Even in a hung parliament.
Even in a hung parliament. Adibi Ojebian, it says true. It tells you the game of maturity. Same painful trahono would is that. What's our invocation dim? No, what trahono would is that. Then you there a person on the board.
A Semper
Saying
FM.
that info what a person pa. Oh, Bianca, so what a person. No one and worker in some market say. Until you get to know there, you mean the president. We won't allow these people. Ken Oforiatta or this PDS, WD, WBCE, damn, in some cho. He comes, he says true. Iba, we say true. Iba, we say true. Maza. Or your mature people sitting behind the scene and playing hardball. And it tells you the caliber of the presidency. Making sure the BBL for Hubia has been approved.
Okay.
I mean,
Martin.
but Papi ne coming into service board can be approved. Hey, now I had if you meet you now, boy, be so.
I mean, so many sure what them
No more was it more.
Chairman of the Jacob, the Etienne Kano, Ekosiisen, Obi, honorable son of man, a Blackwa did not state his reasons, and yet people are attributing their own reasons and attacking him. Quite unfair. Eugene Ishen Elliott, a constituency secretary, Clote Kwale. Farouk in Tema says, all this charade by Honorable Ablakwa is to cause disaffection for the NDC leadership in Parliament. The chief scribe, Mr. Nketia, clearly stated, Honorable Ken Oforiatta's consensus decision was a collective one. So why all this propaganda stunt? Regards to Salam Mustafa. That's Farouk in Tema. Did I hear Alote say both legs and hands were raised in approval of Ken Oforiatta? Wow. Don't I love that? Alote Jacobs. One there from Kwekubak, where he said, good afternoon, Obi. It's obvious the NPP chairman in the studio has short memories. Has he forgotten what they did to Messrs. Paul Afoko, Kwabene J. Japan, Same Crab AL? I think he is not being helpful. On Mr. Alote Jacobs' issue, the laws of the party must work. He is not above the party. Barrister in second D. We say, good afternoon, Obi. Okujeto Ablakwa should rather resign from Parliament. He should be... Okay, that's not fair. What happened to his petition to the US? This is the effect of propaganda. Ken Oforiatta was on top of his game. Simplicita. Regards to Sam Pine. That Ejakujo or no Ewo Dallas. And Odiwe Abba. Obi, who cares if Sami Okujeto has resigned from the appointment committee? He can even resign from Parliament. We don't care. After all, what has he contributed to Ghana's development? Mr. President, Ewa Denmark, Okujeto has done a lot in his constituency and also in Parliament. Greetings, Obi. Honorable Haruna is being accused of working for President Akufo-Addo to the detriment of the party's favorite person, John Mahama. His decisions, the Mahama group alleges, are anti-Mahama. Ablakwa has resigned because Haruna is refusing to play ball. Haruna, they say, is not a pushover to be pandering to the whims of Mr. Mahama. The resignation marks a series of other moves expected to be rolled out by the Mahama group in Parliament. Haruna Muntaka and other leaders of the minority are being torpedoed, with Ablakwa being considered for the chief whip position. It is all about the battle for supremacy within the opposition NDC. As to who will carry the day, only time can provide the details. Eja Adam, Ewo Enyan, Main, would listen to Kojo, who has a lot to say.
Do we have to call Ken Oforiatta as the natural mystic blowing in the air?
There is a natural mystic
blowing
in the air. Bob Marley. So no, Bob Marley, you mean?
Yeah. Natural mystic.
Blowing in the air. Yentie Weyaba, the man Kojo Asare has a lot